The man was confused what was happening. The boys with short breath, trembling with fear. They didn't seem to have any response. Finally, Kai recovered. He took a deep breath and said, "Sir, you may not believe what I'm going to say, but an inhuman was chasing after us. They had red eyes and they didn't seem to be from around here. Their live structure was dark, a bit skinny. I couldn't see their face." Muller added, "Yes, it's true, they were chasing us like the devil. Holy shit. That motherfucker ran 5 times than a human being. This has to be a dream. This has to be a dream. I need a drink. For God's sakes, what is this?" The man looked at Kai seriously. Then he asked, "Did the inhuman also vanish from sight once you turned around? Then you managed to get a glimpse of its eyesight?" Kai blinked his eyes wide. He was not expecting someone else would know about this. The boys locked on to the man's look for a second. The man responded again. "Listen, son, I've been around here for 30 years. I've seen these ghosts around here. That thing what was chasing you was a night runner. The other day a poor man was killed from unknown causes. I bet this evil spirit did it. Who else has that art of killing someone? You boys need to clear out, like fast." Kai had no words to say, but said, "What about you? Aren't you seeking shelter?" "No, I'm done. I'm sick, and there's no cure for it. My time is short. It doesn't matter to me anymore. I used to be afraid of these things. I would always say they were once one of us. They want something back. That's why they're here among us. Now get out of here, son. Go home." The boys looked at each other and looked at the man one last time. They sped back home to the complex. The man looked at the boys fade into the distance. He was walking home as well. Surprisingly, the man saw a dark figure walking towards the man. The dark figure and the man face to face each other. The figure with glowing red eyes and with a demonic breathing. It said,
"Where are the human? Tell me, or I'll kill you."
"I don't know what you're talking about," said the man without fear. He continued to speak against the shadow. "I've been seeing you guys for a long time. What's the point roaming around here? Just give up and move on. Besides, your time was over a long time ago."
"You stupid human. Our treasure is here. We are looking for our treasure. We need to find those humans that ran from us. Now are the humans that ran from us, or I will kill you. Your choice."
The man drew out his knife, pointed at the shadow, and said his final words. "Come on then, start killing. Either way, you won't find your bloody treasure. I'm dying anyways. Let's dance, you son of a bitch." Sadly, the man launched at the shadow with his knife, screaming with bravery. Unfortunately, the shadow also launched at the man and impaled its arm into the man's chest, a cavity. The man fell to the ground, but there wasn't any open wounds to his chest. It's like he had a heart attack. The shadow passes over the man's corpses, walks away, and disappears into the night. The boys were running not far from their homes. Muller said to Kai, "Bro, that shit was wild. We are in danger. We need to let the people know about this. Like Hans and your mom." "Bullshit, Hans and my mom won't understand this shit. Especially Hans, that mathematician grumpy bastard. Hell no." Muller sees a light coming from the road. "Bro, someone is coming. I think it's your mom. We're safe." A car can be seen approaching from the distance. It was getting closer to the boys. The car pulled over the side of the road. A person got out of the car. It was Mrs. Luffy. She saw the boys with a concerned look on her face.
"Boys, get in the car. We need to go back to the complex and stop Hans for putting on that coat. But fast. There's no time. Just get in."
Kai and Muller got in. They sped off. While Mrs. Luffy was driving, Muller looked at the co-pilot seat and saw a man with her. He knew who he was. "Professor Legasso, what are you doing here? The class thought you were sick today." Kai, with a confused look, said, "Wait a minute. He's your history teacher from school?" "Yeah, he is." Professor Legasso looked at Mueller. He seemed nervous but kept his cool, as he did before at the library. "Hello, Mueller. I see you and your friend were walking down the street. What were you boys doing out there?" "We were being chased by a..." Kai answered before Mueller could finish his sentence. "We were being chased after by a shadow figure with red glowing eyes. It wanted to kill us." "Bro, don't. He doesn't know." Professor Legasso looked at Kai. "It's okay, son. I know all about those files you read at the library. Me and Mrs. Luffy know too. I myself know the real story to the complex. You saw those shadows fade into the fog, then they came back. Dangerous to be outside. That shadow what was chasing you was a night runner, an evil spirit from one of the gangs. These are killers. They take down living humans with no remorse. You are fortunate to be alive." Mrs. Luffy, with a look of confused.
Wait, a night runner? Like something moving so fast than a human would run?
Professor Legasso looked out the window and said, "Yes, they move with an incredible inhuman speed. But my question is, how did you boys manage to escape with your lives? No one has outrun a night runner. It's a miracle." All four of them said nothing throughout the way. Kai and Mueller were lucky to be alive that day. The next scene shows Hans watching TV. Then the news broke out.
"Attention citizens, 3 days ago a man that was walking in the street at night was killed without a single scratch on his body. We believe a killer is on the loose. Police is still working on finding this killer. Authorities say it's best to stay indoors. Do not walk outside at night. Thank you for your attention."
Hans looked at the screen. He wasn't too afraid to the man's corpses on TV. He thought this was just a show. Like anyone is going to believe this fake shit. Fucking amateurus. How the fuck did you get that job? I'm going out to have some fun. Hans goes into his closet, tries out his birthday gift, along with the hat. Then his wallet that was in his hand fell into a small hole from his closet. He reaches for his wallet in the small hole. He felt something cold. He felt something metallic. He was curious what it was. He assumed it was a water pipe or something. He got a crowbar from his kitchen and began to open his closet floor. What the hell is that? I hope I did not puncture the... Before Hans could finish his sentence, he shined the light from his closet. He was shocked what he discovered in his closet floor. It was a pile of gold and a pile of weapons as well.